Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say Like a Champ, episode 101. What it do?
101. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Strizzy with me as always.
It's your boy A-Dub. Yeah, we're back in the building, back in the home studios. We got some people checking in, and it's so funny. You know, there's a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about a little bit of NFL offseason. We're going to talk about NBA free agency. We're going to talk about the Olympics. We're going to talk about some other sports too. But yeah, we were actually talking about some free agency stuff, and we were like, oh man, it's showtime. It's time to go. So we're definitely ready to get this cracking. Kelly Williams in the building. Mom's in the building. Welcome.
Let's go.
Welcome in. So yeah, but Strizzy, Anthony Weston in the building too with the big Lakers. We're definitely gonna talk about that. Glad to have you here, brother. So yeah, but I don't know, Strizzy, how you feeling before we jump into the show? What's going on?
That was great, man. Like, oh man, the vibes on last week's episode was so legit. So I mean, again, special thank you to everybody who showed up and showed out. We appreciate y'all to continue to rock with us. Like, I'm glad that football is back because I feel like there's a lot to talk about. Free agency to NBA was cracking the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Olympics still going on. Like, I feel like I love this time around the year because you got like just all sports going on, you know what I mean? And then come October, it's going to be nonstop again. So,
for sure.
Man, dude, it's legit, man. It's legit.
Yes, absolutely. No, I agree. Lots of things going on. Pop's in the building, too. He said 100 was awesome. Welcome.
Oh,
it definitely was.
Exactly.
And in case y'all were wondering.
Me and Pops had a fun little conversation. We was going off about Philly after the cameras went off. And, we had some good combos, man. So, yeah, I appreciate
that. Was so funny. I got some video. I was gonna put it out on the stories or whatever. Like, look at the conversation never ends because y'all would just keep going.
Man,
but I do have to say too, the cake was bomb. So that was dope.
Fine.
Yeah.
Bro, was the cake afterwards.
Yes. Sarah O'Hara in the building was good. Was good.
Sir?
Appreciate you. But yeah, so I think we did our disclaimers. Everybody jumping in. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your time. We'll be here for just about an hour. Run through this sports stuff. Don't be afraid to like, to comment, to do all that YouTube stuff, and we'll go ahead and make it official. Now it's official. Episode 101 of Say Like a Champ. Welcome in the building. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy, guys. What's going on?
Yeah, so we back again. Strizzy with the glare again. You know, you always got those blinds hitting you just right at that time.
Dog. I know.
It's so funny. I can judge the time of the show by where your blinds are hitting.
Exactly.
So it's like
exactly.
So that's what's up. We also got Grace joining in. Happy Tuesday to you.
Hey,
appreciate you being here.
I saw Grace runner showing 101. I had to take mine out, put mine on one time.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's looking good. I love the characters, man. They're so dope.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so Grace said that's your halo. Exactly. You're being Angel Strizzy today.
Yeah.
That's what's up. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing cracking. We're gonna have potentially some special guests with us later on in the show. We'll see as we go. But for right now, you got the OG crew. You know what I'm saying? You're rocking with your boys, so you're in good hands. But I say let's go ahead and get this thing started. We got a lot to talk about.
So let's get it popping.
What's up next? Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk.
Let's get it.
All right, NFL Talk. Not too much, but some news for the offseason. And we're going to bring in a little bit of visuals to help us out with this. We got the official 9 to 5 Say Like a Champ PowerPoint deck here. It's going to help us out. So NFL Talk, we got a few things to talk about. So go ahead and sound off on any of these things if you guys want to as we walk through them for NFL Talk. The first thing I wanted to talk about is I want to give a big shout out to the Georgia Bulldog, Nick Chubb, getting paid 3 years, $36 million with about $20 million guaranteed. He's probably worth more, but for a running back in this day and age, I'm super proud of him, especially like in a backfield where they kind of use two. So
Yeah.
big shout out to Nick Chubb on that one. Definitely got to give props to my Georgia Bulldog on that one. So, you know what I'm saying? I always got the Bulldogs with us. But that was one thing of news. But then also there are some camp injuries. Devontae Smith is expected to miss a couple weeks. That's the rookie out of Alabama, the Heisman Trophy winner for the Eagles. And then Carson Wentz, former Eagle, now with the Colts, he's expected to miss. What did they say? They say 5 to 12 weeks. So that's a big range. And with him and his,
they're gonna take their time with him too. So like it might be even longer than that potentially.
Yeah, exactly. With his injury history, you know what I'm saying? It's not a great way to start off that situation. People had high hopes for them, but right now the Colts looking for a quarterback again. You know, it's one of those things where ever since Luck and Peyton Manning, they got lucky like 2 in a row, and then now ever since then they've been trying to find that replacement guy. So we'll see how that goes. Mom said, you know, I'm a chubby girl. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? We rep the Bulldogs. And then Anthony West says, how did UGA not win a championship with him and Gurley in the backfield? Yeah, that was tough. And then especially with him and Sony Michel, after that Alabama game, there's a picture of them too where the Alabama confetti is raining down and they're just like sad. So that's tough. But yeah, we've been close, but maybe soon. We'll see. We got to get down to the bottom, though, of this for sure. The Hall of Fame game. Pop says football Thursday night. Go Cowboys. Even though it's preseason, you know, we know it's not the same, but I am super excited for this game. Yeah. It's just the signal of everything coming back. I know there probably won't be any starters really playing in this game, but I'm still there for it. So what do you think? Are you going to be watching on Thursday night?
Yeah, of course, man. It's the start of football. You know what I mean? Like you said, like I get it. It's the start of preseason. Probably not going to see, you know, the starters really playing it. You know, they might come out for like the first series if they do. But, you know, I'm sure the Cowboys are trying to stay, as cautious with Dak as possible. So he's probably not going to see, you know, much of any preseason, honestly.
Right.
But I'm just excited because that means the start of football. You know what I mean? Football's back. It's what we wait for all year. I love football. It's one of those sports where it's like no matter who's playing, I'm always going to watch the Panthers. But after the Panthers are not playing, I can watch any game. So, you know, I'm just excited to have football back. You know what I mean? I feel like we go too long without it.
Absolutely. Anthony Weston's along that same line. He says, preseason now we'll have football on Sundays until February. I'm happy.
Yep.
Sarah Harris says, yeah, I'm excited for sure. The other little NFL story, we had Devontae Freeman, the ex-Falcon. He's joining the backfield for the Giants. And that it might be hit or miss, but it's kind of a segue into Joe Judge. Apparently today in practice, there was a little bit of a skirmish where quarterback Daniel Jones ended up getting involved. Joe Judge went on like a little bit of a tirade, had them running sprints and doing push-ups for like 12 minutes straight, and then abruptly ended practice. So just one of those things where he's kind of like an old school football player type coach. And even though I don't like the Giants, I'm kind of starting to like this guy. But did you hear about this? And what did you think about that?
Yeah, and I love it. I absolutely love it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, the NFL, like, these guys are all adults. They're grown men. Like, they're not in high school anymore, college anymore. You know what I mean? But the fact that, you know, he was just like, no, bump that. Like, I'm not tolerating this. Like, I'm going to wear you guys out. Like, I absolutely loved it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You miss that. You don't see stuff like that happen anymore, like, in the NFL. So the fact that he is like, like, I'm not tolerating that. I can put you out to the ringer real quick. Like, I loved it. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I mean, I'm sure they all went back to their high school days where it's like, you know, wanting to be like, but coach, I didn't even have anything to do with it. But it's like, no, the whole team's running. Exactly. The whole team's doing this punishment. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, so I think that's all we really have for NFL talk. Not too much. I know we're going to be heavy on this next topic. But the other thing is, we'll talk about it again. But the Hard Knocks does start next Tuesday. So I'm definitely excited to see that too, featuring the Cowboys. So we'll see how that goes. But any last thoughts? I'm gonna breeze the comments real quick. Any last thoughts for you on NFL talk?
Nothing crazy. I think I saw. I think it was the Raiders owner got COVID. I think, and he said he was vaccinated.
Okay.
So I think I saw that. So hopefully, you know, get well soon there. But yeah, man, you know, vaccinated or not, mask up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We seem to be, we were making so much momentum, and things definitely on that note seem to be sliding the other way. So we'll see. All the stadiums were cleared for full attendance, but
Hmm.
and tickets have been sold, but maybe that's going to start backing down. We'll see.
For sure.
We'll see. So all right, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. Appreciate all the comments on there, and we'll keep this thing moving. Um, my bad. Just respond with the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Got it.
All right. Jacket,
Travel.
butterfly,
Foul.
goat,
Kobe.
subway.
Double dribble.
Okay. We're getting to some things. Let me try one more here. Spider.
Mitchell.
Okay, just as I suspected. All right, I have it. I think I know what it is. I think I have the diagnosis, and
Just give it to me straight, Doc. How much time I got left, man?
you're gonna be okay. But it's a serious case of NBA talk.
NBA talk.
All right, NBA talk. Things have been going wild lately. We definitely are deep into free agency. We did have the draft, which we'll talk about a little bit. But we got to get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the graphic for this one, and let's talk about it. I want to start at the top. You know what I'm saying? Since I get to make the graphics, I get to be partial. It is what it is. You know, they're up there with Trevor Ariza, Westbrook, which Westbrook was the big thing we knew about until all these other dominoes started falling. Carmelo Anthony today signed. Dwight Howard the other day joined up. A couple other sneaky things. They got Kendrick Nunn, and also they got Malik Monk, which I think will really help them out too. So the Lakers doing their thing. But how do you feel about the Lakers roster, how it's shaping up? It's looking a little bit old, but looking like some veterans. What are your thoughts?
I think they'll be fine. You know what I mean? We were talking about this a little bit. I feel like it's gonna be, one of two things. I feel like they're gonna either have kind of like a Showtime Lakers thing, where like a lot of these players get together and it doesn't pan out the way we thought it would pan out, or it's just they going moonwalk into the NBA Finals, and like I don't see any team really messing with them right now.
I like that scenario better. I like that scenario better.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I honestly, I don't see any team. There's no team in the West right now that's messing with that team. I feel like even with injuries, as long as their big three don't go down, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
there's no team that's with them in the finals. On the Western side, and like even the Nets, man, the Nets ain't messing with them either. Honestly, at this point, they've got some great pieces on defense. We already know Russ is an absolute dog, man. And if he gets to the finals and gets to play KD, oh man, he's going all at them. And the best part about it is the man driving the ship is LeBron James of all players. You know what I mean? If anybody can make this team work, regardless of age or whatever the case may be, like it's going to be him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he is that much of a leader. He is a leader. He's been a leader his entire career. And like I said, if there's anybody who can make this team,
come together,
come together, yeah, it's definitely going to be him. Ariza's one of those guys who's just gonna come in there and do his job, hit some spot up corner threes, play some defense.
Kent Bazemore is the other one too. I forgot to mention.
Yeah, you're right. Bazemore came back. Dwight came back because he knows what's up. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get another ring. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It looks, another
should be fun to watch.
The team. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'm excited as a Lakers fan to see what's up with that. Carmelo, I'm like, we'll see, but I think he can still be really productive. So I think we'll see. But one thing I did like is it's basically all 1-year deals. So we'll just ride and see what happens. I hope, there's no like underlyings of like that Karl Malone, Gary Payton team up type thing that didn't really work out. But I don't think that this is that. So I'm excited. Anthony Weston says re-signing Horton Tucker. Here's a who. That's another one that they got him back. They did lose Caruso, which we'll talk about a little bit later, which I was sad about. That's my boy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and Pop says if healthy, the old guys will play like yesterday's Lakers and will be dangerous. I think so. I hope so. It should be pretty cool though.
Right.
So. That's our thoughts on the Lakers, though. That's my thoughts on the Lakers for sure. I want to kind of rotate down to the staying put section. This is a group of guys who all signed extensions, all signed basically max or close to what they could get. But Chris Paul, especially signing the 4-year deal to stay with the Suns for $120 million. What did you think about that that move specifically?
I think once the Lakers did the whole, get the the Westbrook deal, I figured that was really his only move. You know what I mean? Unless because he wasn't going to get the type of money at the Nets. You know what I mean? At that point in time, do you really want to go to another team basically in the same situation where you're the veteran leading a young team, to the finals, where he basically already did it with the Suns, and the Suns, I feel like the Suns are just like the better position for him. You know what I mean? In a sense, to come back and try to like redo his thing. He got the money that he wanted, and even more so, really, because he got 4 years instead of 3. So at 40 years old, he's going to be making another $30 million, something like that, $40 million. So I just feel like it was the best thing for him to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we'll see if they can run it back. The Suns are trying to bring back most of their guys. I think they lost Torrey Craig, but other than that, so we'll see. And then they also signed homie, what's his name from the Olympics? Yeah, JaVale McGee. My bad. I can't believe I blanked on him because that's my boy. I think that's an awesome one.
It's huge.
Come in behind Ayton. Yeah, that's a nice piece. So we'll see with that. But these other staying puts, Steph got his max. He's definitely eating. And then also Trae Young, he got his rookie extension worth over $200 million. So I'm like, big props out to him. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, however you say his middle name. He got paid too, which some people were thinking that they were going to give up on him, but he got paid. Also, we got Norman Powell down there. So so a pretty good group of guys getting their extensions and making it happen by staying back. Other guys on the move, which I was kind of interested in, Lonzo Ball going to Chicago Bulls. What did you think about that? And then what did you think about the other guys up here? I know we're going to circle down to your team. So
for sure. The Ball move, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, of all, I don't know. I feel like of the players they probably could have gone after, maybe pushed a little harder for. I like some of the moves they made. They also grabbed DeRozan as well. So DeRozan is now
in the sign and trade. Yep.
Yeah. So they definitely got a good team. They got a better team. Like, they actually probably have a better shot making the playoffs. This upcoming season, because they did pretty well. But it's one of those things where it's just like I guess it's a wait and see for me with the Bulls. You know what I mean? See how they do.
Gotcha.
Right. And
Anthony West says, why do they need so many point guards?
That's kind of how I felt too. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I don't know. We'll see, though.
But I think that's the thing. They want to take the ball out of LaVine's hands and take the pressure off of him so that he can just do his thing and kind of continue to level up. So I kind of like what the Bulls did, getting Ball, getting Caruso, and then getting DeMar DeRozan. So we'll see, though. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, definitely.
In the East, I don't know, though. They can still make a run, but I'm not sure,
Right,
There's some big dogs out there. What did you think about the Heat, though? Now let's get to your team with PJ Tucker, but then also the big signing with Kyle Lowry.
Yeah,
and then
I love the PJ Tucker signing. That was he fits us. You know what I mean? Like, he fits our mold big time. And I think for him, he got the championship that he's always wanted. So I think really, where he was going to go was just, he's chilling now, I think. You know what I mean? But I think his defensively, he's a dog. I think he fits with Miami's atmosphere and culture super well. I don't know, man. Like I said, I was really hoping that we push a little bit more for the trade with Bill. You know what I mean? But we do need a point guard heavy. You know what I mean? Like, Jimmy is he's not a point guard. He's not that type of person. He's not the type of player. He plays so much better off the ball. So I feel like, and Lowry's going to be 36, I think, going into the new season. He's 35 right now. And kind of like Anthony Weston said, like, Miami just got a little older, you know what I mean? So I don't really know how I feel about it too well. And Lowry's got a little bit of history of injuries too. So who knows? You know what I mean? Like, hopefully it
not too jazzed. Wow, though. Yeah.
He wasn't the answer, honestly. Like, he wasn't the answer. Like, I guess for me, like, he's not the answer. He's not one of those guys who's like, he can shoot great as a point guard, and he's a good point guard. He does see the floor well. Like, he doesn't, he's not one of those guards who averages like 4 assists a game or whatever. He does average like high 7, so we're good there. But like, I think for me, it just really showed that we need somebody who can come out there and really score at a full clip at any given moment. And I don't know if he's that type of piece.
No, he'll do it every once in a while. He'll do it from night to night, but not like that.
Yeah, not like that. Not when we need it in like the fourth quarter or something like that, or to get out of an offensive rut. You know what I mean? So like I said, we'll see. But like I said, like I was hoping to get somebody a little bit more closer to 29, 30.
Right.
You know what I mean, and a scoring kind of point guard type.
Well, we'll see. Patty Mills to the Nets. That's kind of sneaky.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. The Nets trying to bolster up their roster. We'll see. Anthony West says there's always Schroeder, which that could be our segue into the still available category down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much money Miami has left now because they also did re-up with Jimmy Butler. So
yeah, Jimmy, and we paid Duncan Robinson too.
Oh, Duncan Robinson got 5 years, $90 million, I think it was.
Which I think
I'm
is
like,
actually,
dang, get paid, Jimmy Neutron, get paid.
And I think that's good for him. Like he does a lot more than just shoot threes. I mean, he's a great off the ball, great cutter to the basket.
Right.
And it's nothing crazy. 5 years, $90 million. It sounds like a lot for the NBA. That's really not that crazy.
Especially with the way the cap's going to keep going.
Exactly. Especially with the cap's going to keep going. So I actually really like his deal. I really like that we got to keep him for that contract. So that's why I kind of agree with you too. Like it's going to be really, really difficult for us to do much else in the big player department as far with re-signing Jimmy and bringing in Kyle Lowry too. So We'll see.
Yeah. I want to get your thoughts on the bottom category. Cantor, Danny Green, you got Schroeder over there. But of course, Kawhi. I want to know, is Kawhi just playing around? Is he just going to come back to the Clippers? He's just adjusting his contract, or is there a serious chance that he moves?
I think he's just adjusting. You know what I mean? Like, but Kawhi is also the type of player who will always look after Kawhi first, more than anything. So if he looks at this team and thinks to himself, we don't have it, he'll dip. Like, you know what I mean? Like he'll dip again. Like you don't care about none of that. So we'll see. But it's tough to know sometimes too because he's not a big talker. I have no idea what his relationship was like with Ty Lue. What his relationship right now is like with Paul George. Like you just never know with this guy. So it's tough. It's tough with him.
True. But beyond that too, I just don't know how many teams might be able to pay him and afford him what he might want to.
True.
So
and he's coming off partially torn ACL surgery too. So
yeah. All right. One last quick note. I think I wanted to go to the comments real quick. That's what I was forgetting. Anthony West says he keeps hearing Kawhi has been in Phoenix today. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting.
That would be wild.
I don't know if they could afford it with Booker, Ayton and Chris Paul now too. But that would be pretty crazy. But I don't know if he would do something quite like that. But you never know. You never know with the claw.
That's interesting.
Otto Porter Jr. to the Warriors is one last one I wanted to sneak in. I think that's a legit little move. The Warriors are silently trying to build back up, and I just can't wait to see Klay Thompson. That's all I'm excited for. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and sign off with NBA talk. I did want to say to Caruso, I'll miss you, buddy. That was my boy, the Eagle.
Yeah.
So that's that. Any last parting thoughts for NBA talk? Oh, NBA talk. I wanted to say the Summer League started today in Salt Lake City and in California, and in Vegas it starts on Sunday. Man, I still would love to get out to a Summer League game. I don't know
if
we want to try to mob.
Yeah, dude, I think we should. Truth be told, even if it's just for a Saturday, Sunday, let's do it. I'm down with you.
Well, I mean, somebody's birthday is coming up, so we'll see if we can make that happen. We'll see if we can make something like that happen. But yeah, it's okay. For that, then we'll go ahead and switch over.
Where's Stephanie at in the comments? Where's she at?
I know, Stephanie. We might have to reach out to her. I know she had the plug on the Big Three too. I think that's still going on too. So.
Yo, Joe Johnson can still play in the NBA, dog. He looks in better shape than he's ever been in the NBA.
That's true. He's still a scorer supreme. He's always been able to get it done. So, so shout out to him too, though.
Wow.
All right, let's keep it moving. Oh, we can talk about the draft later too. By the way, sorry, I keep.
We talked about it. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, I mean, but the Suggs, he slid a little bit. Cade Cunningham did go to the Pistons.
Yeah.
Some draft picks moved around, but it wasn't I don't know. I don't know if it's just not for me anymore, but I wasn't too excited about the NBA draft as I have.
Me neither. And I think part of it too is just because I feel like there was no to me there was no huge we gotta see this guy coming out. You know what I mean? Right. Some years. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Anthony Weston's talking about one of the potential picks for the Lakers, and they are actually playing the Heat in the summer league today, but it's not on TV anywhere. I couldn't find it even to stream it. So
it's not NBA TV either.
No,
dang,
they had like the Magic and somebody on earlier. I was watching, but they were very memorable as you can see. But yeah, but for NBA talk, lots of stuff to look forward to. Even though it's the off season, the teams will continue to shape up, and we'll go from there. But we'll go ahead and keep it moving.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's your boy Strizzy. We're wrapping it up with the Overweight Championship of the World. Getting back to the studio, guys, in 3, 2.
Whoa. No wrap up yet. Hold on. What are you going back to the studio for? Mr. A is right here. Overweight champion of the world.
For other sports.
For other sports like what?
Like golf.
Like golf. Mr. A can play golf.
Yeah, and tennis.
Tennis, sure. Soccer, baseball, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mr. A can do all that, especially hockey, too. I even go on ice.
Okay.
No reason to go back to that. Other sports is right here. We got other sports right here.
You heard it here first. We got other sports right here.
All right, other sports. A couple of different things going on that we need to get right into. So let's go ahead and pull up our graphic for that. The Olympics has been popping off, but I did want to talk to you about the Cubs. The MLB trade deadline was last week. The Cubs is your squad. They got rid of Baez, Rizzo, and Bryant. Sold everybody.
We clearing out, bro.
Yeah, how are you feeling? How are you feeling as a Cubs fan?
I guess we just basically throwing away the season at this point, making us some cap space for maybe for some following seasons, this off season or what. But we started off. It's funny. We actually started off really slow. I was actually worried, and then we got into second place in our division, and then we just completely dropped again, and then we just basically cleared house. So I'm like, yo, what is going on? I kind of given up on this season for them. I think they're kind of giving up on it too. I think they are, like I said, like getting ready for the offseason. I'm not sure who they're necessarily eyeing, who they're going after just yet. But yeah, they cleared the house and they traded away everybody.
Right.
Yeah, Cubs are a liquidation sale, bro. Like we just
right. It was a fire sale.
Yeah, we're trying to get our funds back. Apparently, like we selling everything.
But see, to me, yeah, and it's not only just getting ready for next year. It's like they're giving up on the next couple years. In my opinion, they did get some prospects back, but and it's easy for me to say because I'm not a Cubs fan. But you may disagree. But I'm like, for Cubs fans, you got your World Series. You waited like 60, 70 years. You know what I'm saying? Like you're happy, you're good for a while. You know what I'm saying?
I am good for a bit. I'm all right. It's holding me down for now. I'm straight.
As a Royals fan, you know what I'm saying? We had to wait from 85, then had to come all the way back in 2015. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll wait, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not pressing them too much right now. So, but yeah, the MLB has been interesting. The new players, the Dodgers, they got Scherzer and Trey Turner from the Nationals. They're really bolstering up. It looks like they might be the World Series favorites again. So,
yeah.
MLB
too, so like they're dealing with some injuries too, some big names as well. So
right, no, absolutely. Anthony Weston mentioned that the Royals were involved in some deals. Soler left, and then Duffy also. Duffy, I think he'll be right back. I think Duffy has a chance to win a World Series with the Dodgers and maybe come right back and sign back from the Royals. He always wanted to stay a Royal. Jorge Soler, I love the dude. He has ultimate power, but man, he can't hit. Like he can barely hit 200. So it's sad to see those go, but the Royals, I don't know what's going on with the Royals. They still have some pieces. They just kind of make some moves. So we'll see. We'll see. But to the Olympics, Simone Biles came back for the beam event. She got bronze. Mm-hmm. She said that she was doing this for her, which I appreciate, and I'm glad. I mean, I feel like that's a legit thing. After canceling out of all of the finals. I think it was 4 different events up until this one.
Yeah.
So I am glad that she participated and did her thing. Also, KD and Team USA beat Spain last night, which is pretty cool. Yeah. I was excited to see that. I actually watched some of that game, and it got kind of tight. So, but any thoughts about the Olympics? What are your thoughts on these or anything from the Olympics have you been watching?
Yeah, same thing. I'm glad she did come back for it. I still would have liked to see her compete in the one she didn't. I know she said her body wasn't up to it and she didn't want to risk, injuring herself. So I totally understand that, like we talked about last week on the 100th episode. But I'm glad she came out and did it because even though it's not a gold medal, I feel like it relieves a little bit of pressure off of her. You know what I mean? Yeah. To show the world that she's she's human and that she's, we
At
can't
least competed again too, though.
Exactly. Like we can't expect gold from her every single time. And I think that because she got the bronze, it kind of helps relieve some pressure off her mentally to be like, I don't have to get out here. It's okay. Exactly. It's okay. Like it's okay. You know what I mean? So hopefully she comes back next time if she does decide to come back next time. I think right now she's tied for like medals on the U.S. team or something like that with somebody else. I forget the person's name, but she could have broken that. I think she could have broken that record. I think even if she didn't get gold, I think she still could have gotten away with some bronze and silvers, in some of the stuff that she didn't compete in. But glad to see her competing. She's one of those faces that, if you're watching gymnastics in the Olympics, you want to see her participating. You know what I mean? So I'm glad she decided to at least come out and do the beam. So that was cool. And really glad to see the USA beat Spain last night. I'll be honest, I was worried a little bit. It was close for a minute. You know what I mean? Until we started to pull away. And I think that was one of the wins that they needed. You know what I mean? Spain has always been one of the bigger Olympic teams, and getting that win, hopefully it'll continue to go up and not back down. So
for sure,
good to see it for sure.
Yeah, and Slovenia, they made it on the other side of the bracket. Still doing work. Luka doing work. Still hasn't lost an Olympic.
Yeah.
But that's what's up with that. Anthony Weston said he's been watching Jamaican women's track.
Yeah.
Track and field has begun, and I think that's when the Summer Olympics really officially begin. So that started the other day. So yeah, I've been kind of watching at odd hours, but I still haven't really looked at the schedule too close. It's just like I'm just watching whatever's on when I turn it on, kind of thing.
Same.
So yeah, that's what's up. Oh, Mom's mentioned soccer. U.S. women's soccer, they lost.
I know.
I did have this on my list too, man. That was bad. They lost to Canada. They haven't lost in a long time. And it's one of those things where it was tough, it was not expected, but it's kind of humbling maybe for some of the women's soccer team participants there, because they were, I don't want to say distracted, but I mean they had a lot of stuff going on for sure, especially like Megan Rapinoe with the endorsements for the THC companies and things like that, which was just kind of weird in light of everything that happened with Richardson. So that was interesting though. I didn't expect them to lose. They usually roll over everybody. So
they didn't expect to lose either. Rapinoe, she basically was just like, I can't believe we lost. I know she didn't mean to come off kind of arrogant, but she was like, I can't believe we lost to Canada. You know what I mean? Like she was, but
it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, like she was upset in her feelings a little bit. I'm sure she probably would have hoped to said it a little differently, I think probably, but she was like, I can't believe we lost to Canada. Like I was like, but no one could, so you're not alone.
Right. For sure. All right, we'll continue rotating down in our counterclockwise manner, I guess, today with the NCAA. Texas and OU have officially joined the SEC since we talked about it. We talked about it being potential last week. Now it's official. SEC was already a super conference and the best conference. Now I feel like it strengthens them even more. I'm excited to see how they integrate. It'll probably happen in a couple of years, probably 2023. But
yeah, they said by 2025.
Okay, by 2025. Okay.
Yeah, so by 2025.
And that they'll definitely identify what's going to be that last season, so they can kind of have that swan song, and also so they can figure out what to do next. The Big 12 apparently is talking to the Pac-12 about forming some kind of an alliance, not exactly like merging, but something where they would play each other's teams like on a rotating basis, but kind of cross conference a little bit more to kind of help out and to fill those schedules that they're losing teams. So it'll be very interesting. Like the landscape of college sports is just crazy, especially with this new licensing. And kind of along those lines, this kid, what's his last name? I forgot it already. This kid from Texas that I have on here, Ewers. His name is Quinn Ewers, I think. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but he's from Carroll High School in Texas, Southlake. Big high school. He is actually forgoing his senior year and going and enrolling in Ohio State. So he's going to be going a year early. He only played his junior year, but already is going to go compete at Ohio State, and he'll be enrolled and eligible to play this fall. So he said part of that motivation is I can't make money as a high school senior, and I'm trying to. And he was trying to, cash in on the NIL deals. So we'll see, as things continue to change with these new rules, how college football goes. But As long as the competition keeps getting bigger and better, I'm with it.
Yeah.
But what do you think? I mean,
I think that I don't know. I guess I'm kind of against that much. You know what I mean? Let at the same time let the kids be kids. I do agree that college athletes should 100% be paid. You know what I mean? Like they do bring the NCAA these colleges a bunch of money, but I feel like a high school student, like to me, like as a father of 2 young daughters, like nah, dude, I got to see you at least finish high school. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? So
I'm sure he did his like aims or whatever equivalent. I'm sure he passed everything he needed to, though.
for sure.
But
And I think he said something like he only had like one class, so maybe he did finish it like in summer, and he won't need to do his senior year or something like that. I'm not really sure.
yeah, like he's still gonna graduate. He's just basically graduating early.
Right. So I'm cool with graduating. You know, as long as you graduate, I'm fine. But I hope that the rule doesn't come to the point where you're just like, all right, yeah, I'm cool. Like I'm not going to do my senior year. I'm just going to go straight into college or get my GED. You know, drop out my junior year, get my GED, go to college and play football. You know, I hope it doesn't come to that. You know what I mean? Like you're still growing at that point. There's still a lot that can happen to your body at 17 years old. You know what I mean? So. Like I would hate for you to like get badly hurt because your body's just not there yet compared to some of these other dudes playing the NFL. You got to remember, like some of these players in the NCAA are 23, 24 years old, 25 years old. Like they're not all redshirt freshmen, or you know what I mean. Like so, like you gotta be careful sometimes too.
True, and also it's just big life decisions. But
for sure,
I'm sure he's got it vetted and he's got his people behind him. So,
Agreed.
We'll see what happens with that, but I did think that was kind of notable. Then the last thing for other sports we'll touch on real quick, the NHL. So Evander Kane, very interesting story. His wife alleged that that basically he was like gallivanting around Europe on vacation while she was at home, trying to feed their young child, and that their house was being taken. And she also alleged that he bets on his own games and has tanked games in the NHL. So very, very trying accusations there. But this is just like a wild story. He's come back and, basically said that, he's done everything that he's supposed to do, that these things are not true. But the NHL is looking into this story. One thing too is Evander Kane does have a past history with gambling though. In 2019, the Sharks played the Vegas Knights in a playoff series, and apparently he racked up $500,000 worth of gambling debt at a certain casino. So that had happened in the past, but those were gambling debts that weren't necessarily on hockey. But now these are the new allegations. So something that will kind of be following. But I'm just like, wow, this is wild. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I did see that story a little bit, kind of like unfold a little. I was like, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, so hopefully, the truth kind of comes to light with that. And, he said part of it is they're going through a custody battle and she's trying to kind of throw dirt on his name, which I'm like, man, that's terrible to see. So hopefully that all gets worked out in a positive manner. But I just wanted to mention that because I was like, that's crazy. On the precipice of sports gambling becoming legal here in Arizona and just how prevalent it is and how big it is now, like with FanDuel and things like that, it's like, they can't be like so shocked or surprised that something like that might happen.
It's become such a big thing now that like gambling in sports that they're actually like ESPN and BR and all these other places are constantly like posting about like
the
people
lines
making
and
hundreds of thousands of dollars on parlay and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. It's all over the place now. It's insane.
Yeah, it's wild. They never would have mentioned gambling and things like that like not too long ago, and now it's like when they're showing they show the spread like when they're showing the schedule of the games and things like that. So so pretty crazy with that, but yeah, so we'll see how that turns out. But I think it'll be kind of tough for him to continue if they kind of do find out that he was betting on his own games. But he did have a great year this year, and I don't know, like how are you gonna just tank games? Like what is he gonna do? Just like let goals slip in? Like he can't really control it too much.
I know.
On his own. Like
not without making it look too obvious.
He plays 15 seconds at a time. like So I don't know. So we'll see. So any other thing you wanted to mention for other sports real quick?
I think
we're pretty much good on that.
Moment.
Okay. All right then. So I don't know. Did you want to do her this? Oh, I have a this or that. Even though Myra's not here, I'll do one in honor of her.
Yeah.
Kind of. We'll go ahead so we can hear the music. You know what I'm saying? You know we got to do that. So let's go ahead and do a quick this or that, and we'll get some comments to see what people think.
Cool.
All right, Myra, that one's for you. So
one time for the one time.
A-Dub's backup this or that is, what is more impressive? Cal Ripken playing 2,632 consecutive games, or Gretzky winning 9 MVPs in the NHL?
Dang, that's tough. I feel like the game's played, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the game's played. You know, I feel like Gretzky winning, you know, that was his time. That was his era. Like, it might as well have been him. Jordan would have easily won. You know, if the NBA wasn't always the whole, like, I'm tired of seeing one person win, Jordan would have won. LeBron should have won 10. You know what I mean? Like, those guys could have, I think, in my opinion, honestly, done the same thing. I think Ripken with the games, dude, like, 'cause playing a sport that, you know, consecutively and, you know, never missing, like, that's tough, bro. Yeah. There are days where I don't want to go to the gym, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's yeah. I think that's definitely more impressive to me.
Okay. Mom says Ripken, and she helped me with the spelling too. I'm like trying to type that out real quick. But yeah, I think so too. So that is actually 16 years, 16 seasons that he played, which I mean that is pretty legit, you know.
Yeah.
9 MVPs, that's dominance over a long time.
Sure.
But to play basically 16 seasons without missing a game, that's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
And that's something we just won't see again. I don't think we'll see 9. I don't think we'll see either again.
Right.
But I think that Cal Ripken's record, the Iron Man record, is less likely probably. So
yeah.
So okay. So I think we're both on the same page with that one. Pop says, G-Man for sure. Ripken's streak was somewhat selfish because he was tired a lot and probably underperformed.
He probably ain't lying, dude. Probably ain't lying.
Oh, man. Oh, that's funny, Pops. I mean, you're probably right. But he was like, I'm going out there. He's like, I'm the Iron Man for real.
No matter what.
Yeah, Anthony Weston says Ripken's streak will stay. I think it will, but that's funny. He was tired a lot. Well, I'm sure, and Pops was watching the whole time, so you know what I'm saying. He watches baseball very closely, so
sure.
So that's probably true. So, but that's too funny. Okay, so that's good stuff, though. I thought that was kind of a good little comparison there that we could use for this or that until Myra comes back with some.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Before we do final say, I want to bring up our little graphic one more time to get us ready for this week in sports before we see you guys next. I tried to pull out a little something leading into the weekend, but tomorrow USA plays Australia. That should be a really good game. Australia is a good squad, and that's in the semifinals. So if they lose this game, they would go to the bronze medal match, but if they win this game, they would go to the gold medal match, which is on Friday. So hopefully USA will be participating in both of those games. Thursday, we got the Hall of Fame game that we talked about already. We got the couch guest today is Rowdy. He arrived just in time. The Cowboys mascot. He arrived just in time, and he'll be making an appearance probably a lot of different times, honestly. But I figured we'll go ahead and bring him out this week because I am excited about that game on Thursday. Saturday. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I something just popped in my head, and I couldn't help but say, "Oh," but go ahead. Finish. I'll say at the end.
So yeah, just a couple more things. UFC 265, the Black Beast, Lewis. I want to watch that. I might try to sneak a peek at it some way. But also Jose Aldo's fighting as the co-main event on that fight card. So that should be pretty cool. Watch some Uriah Hall get beat down last weekend, but it was good to see some UHC fights for free. So it kind of got me a taste for it. And I want to see this Derek Lewis fight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to see it too.
And then Sunday, NASCAR's back at Watkins Glen. NASCAR took like 3 weeks off, so I'm excited that they're going to come back. Watkins Glen is in New York, and it's kind of got some extra curves, not just an oval. So that should be interesting. So a couple different things to watch, and we'll be watching. before next week. But what were you gonna say?
Two things actually. Number one, happy birthday to my baby girl. Her birthday will be Thursday, so Lily will be 10 on Thursday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, man. So
Dang.
yeah, I know, right?
I don't want to call you out, but then everybody's double digits, huh?
Oh yeah. So Yvonne's 13. Lily just hit double digits at 10 on a couple 2 days. So wow, you boys get up there. I'll be 34. I'm saying 2 weeks or so. But then also too, special shout out. We also got a fight though. My boy Prince got signed over to the Saints.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Prince is on the Saints, man. He got signed over to the Saints. So we talked about seeing a Panthers game in North Carolina, and now I'm thinking it might be the Saints game. So
that's what's up.
We definitely got to talk to see about that because Kingsley is talking about trying to get out there too to watch a game. So we might. So we're. I do want to get to North Carolina, but we might actually do this in New Orleans, man. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
I've never been to French Quarter. I've never been down to the Bayou, so that would be super dope.
It'd be dope.
But definitely shout out to Prince, hometown kid for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I'm happy for him. Yeah, they'll be happy for him.
Me too. And Pop said, talk about that awesome knockout that we saw. We did see a pretty dope knockout, but I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who it was on that fight card. But he got kicked. I think it was just like a head kick, and then after that, he was pretty much done. He went down.
Lights out.
Yeah, exactly. So it was pretty cool though. It was pretty cool to see some UFC again. Yeah. Grace says happy birthday for sure. Pass that along from all the SLACers out there. Weston says he's only a 7-hour drive. We got so much things. We got to sit down and look at the calendar. You know what I'm saying?
We really do.
We got so much things we want to do. So.
We can do that Sunday, truth be told. We can do that Sunday.
Yes, that's true. We're going to have a little secret Batcave meeting. So with that being said, we do have a lot more stuff for you. We still got to do the basketball challenge. Strizzy put a little snippet of it on his TikTok so far, but that's going to be hitting our YouTube channel. And we're also have some commercials that we're kind of putting out intermittently on our YouTube channel. Yeah. So we're gonna keep it moving. That's pretty much our final say, though. Anything else do you want to mention real quick or plug real quick before we dip out this week?
Oh man, that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, a lot of stuff went on this week. NBA free agency and just coming for football, man. I know it's preseason, but I can't wait to watch this game on Thursday. At least half of it. You know what I mean? Get my
at least something.
Get my football feet wet again, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too, for sure. But all right, that's what's up then. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up, call it a week. And as always though, much love and special shout out to our permanent special guest Myra and our super producer Man Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
We love y'all always. You're with us. And with that being said, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
Peace.
Peace.